Okay, so today I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about. Let's have a look. Alright, so today I've got a clinical study looking at intermittent fasting. So I think you could find probably a dozen fitness YouTubers, nutritionists. I think Lane Norton's covered this. The Hodge twins were a big advocate of this. Basically, the idea is you have a small window in every 24-hour period in which you eat your recommended intake of calories with the right complement of protein, carbohydrates and fats. And then for the remainder of that 24-hour period, you fast, you don't eat. Now obviously you consume water, and I suppose if you're about to pass out, you can break from it. But this study that the CSIRO has taken, and I'll leave a link to that in the description, actually indicates that it's a successful diet. So the way they look at it is if a diet improves the health of the subject. So if you were to go on this diet, they would only either approve of it or indicate that it might be beneficial if it were to do some of the following. So reducing your blood cholesterol, reducing your blood pressure, improving your response to glucose intake, so you know, a glucose tolerance test, things of that nature. Whether it aids in changing body composition, so increasing lean tissue or decreasing adipose tissue or fat. And from the studies that they've done, it looks like it's achieving that without any of the ramifications. So I think the biggest concern that most people who are looking at this diet have is, will it affect their muscle gain, the gain of lean tissue, the hypertrophy? And while I think yes, to a small degree it will, for the average person who's just trying to put on a bit of muscle, just trying to put on a bit of size, I think it's not going to be a problem. Obviously, if you were to stick to your nutrition timing, so eating every 3 to 4 hours, eating your 20 to 30 grams of protein, that's going to be optimal. Obviously in combination with the rest of your macronutrients, micronutrients, sleep, hydration, lack of stress, appropriate training. But really, as long as you eat your meals in the windows where you're most likely to be doing the healing, so if you were to eat in the few hours before sleep and maybe one meal when you first wake up, maybe, I think that's going to be ideal, because the majority of when you build muscle is when you're asleep. So anyway, so the CSIRO, their opinion, so they actually looked at intermittent fasting and alternate day fasting, so where every second day you fast. I think that's a long time to go without food in an entire day. Maybe on off days when you're not training. Let's see. So they've actually developed with this study a flexi program, and any diet, from my understanding, that you get from this website, and I might be wrong, is free. because they are from memory connected to the government, and most funding for research of any kind in this country goes through the government. There's not that much private research happening here. So that's something to check out. Like I said, I'll leave it in the description, but if you have any questions or any critiques, just let me know.